Yes. Hey, congratulations for taking the first step to solving your slow money blues. My name is Doug, retired U.S. Marine and two-time combat veteran turned entrepreneur at your service. Today's episode is Giant George. I want to say, hopefully, you guys had an awesome holiday weekend. I'm quite sure people celebrated Easter, people celebrated Resurrection Sunday. I had a great and amazing weekend, and today we're going to have a great show because we're going to be talking about Giant George. Now, listen, if it's your first time tuning in, and if you are a first-time listener, if you have any questions at all that you want to ask me, just visit slowmoneyblues.com and click on Ask Doug, or you can submit your question on IG, Facebook, or Twitter using hashtag SlowMoneyBlues. Now, today we're going to be talking about this thing that everybody does who can do it. So our main points today are know who to listen to, know what to listen to, and know why to listen. But before we continue, I have 3 questions that I'd like to ask you. You know what's amazing about doing a podcast, you have the freedom and the liberty to pivot. And I thought this would be a great part of the show about these 3 questions. There used to just be one question, and the one question was, did you do your homework? And it's always from the previous episode. Of course, I took a week off because of the holiday weekend, but typically it's like I said from the previous episode, and it is from family and friends. And the homework was to delete every one of your contact lists that are go quitters and go sitters. And a disclaimer, please do not delete any family members that are go quitters and go sitters, but you are free to delete everyone else. Now, this is question number 2. Did you say your morning mirror mantra? And I say your morning mirror mantra because I want you to stand in front of the mirror and say it when you do. If you did not, here's your opportunity to do it, and I want you to say it with me. Say, I state your full name, your government name, take 100% responsibility and accountability for my life and actions. I refuse to blame others for my decisions. If I do, I give away all of my power, authority, and power given to me by God. Listen, if that doesn't get you fired up, and ready to go, nothing will, but it's nothing like telling yourself that you are responsible for you. Last question. Did you listen to the Monday sneak peek preview each and every Monday? Unless, of course, there's a holiday weekend or something like that. The new episode drops every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can go and check it out. Typically, it's just a little snippet. And what we do when we do the live broadcast is we actually unpack and unhack that episode and take a deep dive. So, of course, like always, I have to pay the bills. So this week's sponsor are the same 2 people that have been rocking with us, and I'm super excited that they're rocking with us. So it's Linky and it's BigNet. And so listen, if you are a solopreneur, dadpreneur, mompreneur, or if you have a side hustle, or if you're a startup or a small business owner and you want to have a tool that allows you to quickly stay in front of your audience, what I want you to do is go to linky.com. That's LIINKY. And the tool is so amazing because you can create links for anything and everything. And what's really cool is that it's integrated with all types of other great platforms like SoundCloud and Spotify and YouTube and a Twitter, Instagram, and a host of others. So it's a great tool. In fact, if you want to see what it looks like, want to see a demo of it, just go to linky.com/Slow Money Blues, and you'll actually see an account that we created there. And you might actually get some good treats and some freebies there. Our next sponsor is BIGNETDOMAIN, where the net just got bigger. It's 2022, and I know that people are still struggling with their digital dilemma. They don't know how to build a website. They don't know how to integrate their social media in their website. They don't know how to do a landing page or do a lead page generation. They don't know how to do the video portion of it. Well, guess what? BIGNETDOMAIN, where the net just got bigger, has you locked in. If you go there today and if you buy something, use promo code BIGNET and you will get a savings when you check out. The best part about BIGNETDOMAIN, is that they are open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. So if you have a technical or a billing problem, you can always call there, go to BigNetDomain. All the information is right there on our website. They even have people that can help you get anything that you want done, from e-commerce to email marketing to getting certificates or whatever for your site, or do any type of hosting, whether that be cPanel or WordPress. They have you locked in and covered. Thank you so much for our sponsors. Woohoo for my sponsors. Now, today's poll question is this: are you a good listener? And I mean, the choice is very simple. Yes, no, it depends. Hopefully you're not a good listener, but hopefully you are a great listener. So if you didn't you didn't do the sneak peek preview of the episode that we dropped yesterday, we're going to do it for you right now. So in high school, and maybe you can identify with this, in high school, there was this student named George. Now, George was a freshman, and he stood 6 feet 5 inches tall and weighed 250 pounds. The football and the basketball coaches, needless to say, wanted George definitely to play for their team. And George was super excited, and he said, "Hey, Mom and Dad, guess what? Hey, the football and the basketball coach, they want me to come out and they want me to play for them." However, George's parents told him and the coaches that his number one priority are his grades and nothing else. Let's get personal. So George, you see, was in quite a pickle. All George ever dreamed about was playing football and basketball. However, because he was still a minor, he had to listen to and respect his parents' wishes and decisions. George excelled academically and received a full scholarship to Brown University. Pretty awesome, right? And he is now a minority owner in 2 NFL teams and 1 NBA team. That is like so epic. And so what are we going to be talking about again today? We're going to be talking about know who to listen to, know what to listen to, and know why to listen. Let's go back to the first one. Know who to listen to. Of course, when you're a kid growing up, all of us listen to our parents, right? And when we get older, we get to determine whether or not the advice that they gave us, the consultation that they gave us, the loving guidance that they gave us, whether it is for us or not. We can accept it or we can reject it. But all of us, or our guardian, if you happen to be adopted. And basically, a parent or a guardian is an authority figure. Also, if you've ever worked for someone, you had to listen to them. But as you become an adult and you grow up now, and if you're entering into this entrepreneur space, it becomes super critical on knowing who to listen to. As I've gone on my own entrepreneurial journey and in securing my own personal freedom, I've discovered that I personally and professionally listen to everybody. However, I do not take everyone's advice, right? Like sitting before you right now, and these books are always here on our broadcast. I haven't changed these out. It's Think and Grow Rich. Of course, I can move this around. And of course, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And then lastly, my mentor, From the Trash Man to the Cash Man. He's affectionately known as Big Brother Myron. These are people that I've listened to. I've never met Napoleon Hill, but I do know that book right there has made more people 7-figure income earners than any other book, any business book that's ever been written. I'm not knocking any other business books. I'm just saying this is a great one because it says think and grow rich. And what I've discovered is that based on what you're listening to, which is you're consuming information, it could thwart or it actually can accelerate you getting to your freedom. And then I personally met Big Brother Myron, obviously, and he changed the trajectory of my entire life. And so just big shout out and big kudos to him. That dude is like, no kidding, definitely one of my heroes. I'm not kidding. Out of all the teachers and professors I had in my whole life, and actually even got my degree in business and was pursuing my MBA, no one has radically changed my life, a human being. I'm not talking about God. No more than this person right here, Big Brother Myron Golden. Love him. Now, so know who to listen to. See, the people that are in your circle, if they're not where you want to be, you might not want to listen to them. If you're trying to get to another level in life, you're going to have to find that particular person or people that you want to listen to. Now, what's really cool about the 21st century, you can listen to you can listen to anybody everywhere. I mean, just just go to YouTube and search somebody that you want to listen to, and you can find out all types of stuff. Of course, we're doing a podcast, so you can listen to me. You can listen to other podcasters. There's all types of information, but you want to really know who to listen to. And I would highly encourage you to only listen to people that that listen to everyone, but take advice from the people that is where you want to go. You understand what I'm saying, right? Get a little tongue tied here. And then our second point is know what to listen to. You know what's crazy is that I remember watching. There was a movie, and it was about like these, I would say like disc jockeys, right? Like electro tech disc jockeys. That's how I'll label them, right? And they were saying at a certain point, when it comes to sound and to beats, 128 beats per second, it just makes you want to move. It's like this rhythmic thing where this syncs up with human beings, and everybody just wants to get out there and dance. I'm not going to say people are under some type of spell, but what I'm saying is maybe they are, okay? Because it makes you want to move. That's how powerful sound is. And so sometimes we have listened to things, and sometimes they just reverberate in our mind again and again and again. And so when you're listening to, right, which is typically, you can listen to music, you can listen to poems, you can just, they have these apps where you can just listen to nature and it calms you down. But you want to know what to listen to. And at the root and the anchor of all that is, when you're listening, how is it helping you get more freedom? If you've been rocking with me for any amount of time, the whole goal of our podcast is to teach people how to build, launch, and grow their own personal freedom success system. And a huge part of that is listening. In fact, you're probably watching, and if you're not watching, then you're going to listen to the Audible show, right? And you're going to hear. And the question is what I'm saying resonating with you? Is it making sense to you? Is it helping you further along in your personal freedom success venture? If it's not, turn me off. Nobody ever says, if what I'm sharing with you doesn't make any sense, is not providing any value to your life, is not benefiting you in any way, shape, fashion, or form, turn me off. I say that because I'm challenging myself to be my best for you, so that when I meet you, like, hey man, I was listening to that guy Doug on the Slow Money Blues, and guess what? He gave me some great tips, and one of the things he talked about is really about listening. But he was talking about Giant George, but he was really talking about listening, and really how to master listening. A part of mastering listening is also knowing when to turn the volume down and when to turn the volume up. So know what to listen to. Me personally, I listen to people that are further along in their freedom venture than I am. I listen to everyone. Once again, I don't take everybody's advice. So I will invest in a book. I'll invest my time in a podcast. I'll invest my time in going to a network meeting or a boot camp or something like that. I will invest that time because I know it's valuable to me. And I know that it's going to help me even further along in my own entrepreneurial adventure. And guess what? Doug doesn't even have to get up and do anything ever again a day in his life. I just do this because I want to see people become more free. Last point, know why to listen. People always want this thing about your why. What is your why? When you pick up your smart device, and let's just say you open up an app such as Spotify, or maybe you're going to watch a video and you're going to go to YouTube. Or maybe you're going to go to some type of event and you're going to listen to someone espouse about whatever they're going to espouse about. Or even if you tune into a live podcast just like this. Why are you listening? What is the motivation? What are you trying to gain from listening to this person? And what is important about you listening to this particular person? See, if you don't know why you're doing it, then you are wasting your time. And time is one of those things that we never get back. Now, in a sense that where, you have to do something, right? You don't get the time back. Like time is ticking even while we're on this broadcast. And the broadcast started at 9:30. So right now it's 9:44. And guess what? We don't get time back. Time can be redeemed in a certain way when it comes to certain aspects, but as far as you living, you don't get this time back. So when you decide to make an investment, you want to know why you're listening to whatever you're listening to, even if it's music that you're listening to. So when I'm working out, I'm listening to some upbeat music because guess what? I want to be hyped up so that I can get wired up and put 100% effort into this workout because I want 100% results, right? So when you think about that, it's like sometimes people just like, this event's going over here, this boot camp or this thing is happening over here, and I'm going to go and listen to this person or listen to these people, but they don't even know why. I'm just going along to get along. But you should always ask yourself, why are you listening to other human beings? Are those human beings adding value to your life? Do they have anything to do with your purpose or your personal mission statement or your personal vision for your life or for your business or for your freedom venture? And if you don't know the why, then I can't tell you your why, but I can help you discover your why. And typically that starts with your epic ending. See, this is what I know. You could not determine when you were going to be birthed in this earth. You cannot determine when you're going to leave this earth. And I know people say, well, Doug, people have tried suicide, but guess what? Suicide is not 100% successful. But the one thing that you're totally responsible for is all of that time in between. And what I've discovered is this. A lot of people waste a lot of time listening to a lot of people that are not going to help them or take them get to the next level. But one of the ways that you can actually hone your listening skills is to literally write down your epic ending. You want to write down your epic ending because when this is all said and done, and when you get to the last part, right, where the final chapter is written and you have breathed your last, you want someone to be able to stand up. If it's one person or if it's a million people, you want someone to be able to stand up and say some things about you. And you don't want them to be lies. And if you don't want them to be lies, why don't you go ahead and write your story, read it every day, and then start doing it? I promise you, you will live the most amazing and adventurous life. So many doors will open up for you. It will be amazing. Now, how do I know this? Because I'm living proof of it. You're looking at a person who grew up in total poverty. And now I have achieved this one thing that I know people are willing to die for. And I have secured my freedom. And I want you to secure your freedom too. So what are the takeaways for the day? Well, there's always only one takeaway if you've been rocking with me for any amount of time. And that is only listen to people who are where you desire to be. I know that sounds really, really harsh. But I'm not kidding. And when I say listen, I'm like where you're going to listen and take their advice and implement it because it fits into what it is that you're trying to accomplish for your life. I'm going to say that again. Only listen to people who are where you desire to be in life. Because once again, they're going to add to you and multiply you and not subtract. Now, don't get me wrong. There's always a lot of noise out there, right? But that doesn't mean you have to give energy to that noise. So what is our homework for this week? Yay! Homework is this. Tell the person who impacted you the most how much they mean to you. There are so many people that I'm certain that have impacted your life. Yesterday evening, I watched the Golden State Warriors whip up on who were they playing? Who were they playing? I don't even know, but they won the game. And one of the players there, he actually grew up in the Bay. He grew up on the rough side of the Bay, and he had a teacher. And this was like, I think when he was like not even in fifth grade, he probably was very, very young. I'm talking maybe, they showed a picture like 5 years old, maybe kindergarten, first grade. And she noticed that he was, kind of disinterested, kind of distraught because, he, with so many outside things that were happening at home that he really couldn't concentrate at school. But she noticed that when he played basketball, that was his happy place. And so she shared that with his mom, and his mom, he was like, okay, I never noticed this about him. And so what ultimately ended up happening is that she had a relationship with the Golden State Warriors. Cannot make this up. This is crazy. It's this crazy story, but it's a true story. And so what ended up happening is she paid for him to go to basketball camp. Well, he excelled at basketball. In fact, he was like a high school phenom, actually went to college. But guess what? He wasn't drafted. But although he wasn't drafted, he didn't give up on his dream, right? And so he went to play for a league in another country. And then he actually won 2 championships with them. Then he got a call from the G League over here with the NBA. He played on that team. I think they won a championship. And then guess what? He got a 2-way contract where he could play for the G League and NBA. And then he got a 2-year NBA contract. It's such an awesome story. And guess what he did? He went back to the school where he went to and spoke to all the kids there, and his teacher, the kids in her class, like he said 20 years ago, had wrote on this mug, and she kept the mug and she showed it to him. I'm like, that's so awesome. That's a tearjerker almost. I was like, this is so epic. And so, what is my point? He listened to her. And he said, listen, not only did you change my life, you changed my brother's life, my sister's life, and my mom's life. Like, you literally changed our lives just for seeing something in me and believing in me. And I listened to you. So that's so awesome. So I just wanted to conclude and wrap that up. Just like Giant George listened to his parents, and just like that young man listened to his teachers, right? You too should listen to people that are definitely going to make an investment in you. They're going to add to you and multiply you and not subtract you and divide from you. As always, as we wrap up, tell anyone that's suffering from slow money blues to tune in each Tuesday from 9:30 to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Continue to follow, like, and share at Slow Money Blues on social media, and join our private Facebook group. Join our private Facebook group. And until next time, I want you to do the only thing that I always ask you to do: continue to build, launch, and grow your own personal freedom success system. And I won't see you at the top, but I will see you over the top. Listen, if you have stayed to the end of the show, go ahead and give yourself a hand, because you absolutely 100% deserve it. Go ahead and even cheer just a little bit for yourself. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. And I will see you next Tuesday. Hey, don't forget, next Monday, we're going to be dropping a new episode. So go tell all your family, friends, coworkers, and colleagues that guess what? We're going to have that sneak peek drop at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.